So welcome, namaskar, adab, sastriyakal, God bless you to all of you. On behalf of Kanan.co at the outset, I, Trudip Thakkar, welcome you all for this amazing podcast series that will change your life. And today we have a special guest with us, Mr. Karan Salgotra, and he is the Global Business Development Manager of South Asia, particularly for the Niagara College. So, sir, most welcome to this podcast series of Kanan Visa Insights. And, sir, I must appreciate your personality and style. So, what is the secret behind it?
First of all, thank you so much for having me. Very excited to be in Vadodara.
Yeah.
One of my favorite places to come out. One, because food is amazing.
Okay.
Two, the people are amazing. And thank you for your comments. I think I like to say because I was an international student myself.
Okay.
Right? And it all added up being to where I am now. I give all my credits, everything, to all my foundation I built during my time at studying in Canada as an international student. As many of you who are watching, you'll start your journey somewhere as a student with dreams to, have a foreign education. And I started the same way. And then all that kept adding years after years. And here I am today, very lucky, very honored to be representing Niagara College globally in style.
So you born and brought up in India, particularly in Delhi, right?
Correct.
Okay, and then you studied in Niagara College.
I'm proud Niagara College graduate.
Right.
Yeah.
And now you are helping students to getting admission in the Niagara College.
Absolutely.
So how's your experience with it?
Every day is the most amazing and most fun experience I could ever imagine. And I got very lucky that I started working at Niagara College right after I graduated in 2016. Okay. So I've been part of Niagara College for almost 9 years.
Wow.
And in very initial days working in Niagara College, I had an amazing opportunity and true pleasure to work in student services. And I related a lot to working at student services because student services and my student experience was something which really made my student experience at Niagara College a 10 out of 10. Wow. I was so amazed and I was so impressed that there are so many people at Niagara College, staff, faculty, people who are working at cafeteria, at every level are genuinely interested in people, in their stories, and they make them feel like an individual. I was never generalized into anything. Everybody wanted to know how I'm doing today. They're all saying hi. They're all saying, hey, have a great day. And this is something I related so much because I've not experienced it quite at that extent growing up here. But it was such a welcoming, warm environment in Niagara region. Niagara region really open-heartedly, with their hands open, welcomed me. And I'm very proud to call Niagara still my home. It's all a little bit over 10 years now, and I'm still there.
Wow. So how far this college from the Niagara Falls?
Niagara Falls?
Yeah.
We are very lucky to say Niagara Falls is in our backyard.
Oh.
So from where I live, it's 10 minutes away.
Okay.
I'm very close to Niagara-on-the-Lake campus. We have another campus in city of Welland. That's where I studied. Okay. And it's about 25 minutes to 20 minutes by drive from Welland campus. We are very lucky to be in the whole Niagara region. Niagara region itself is built with few different cities. There's Niagara Falls, there's Niagara-on-the-Lake, St. Catharines, Welland, pool of many cities makes this very beautiful region called Niagara.
Okay, so you experience the Indian education system, you experience the Canadian education system. So what is the major difference in Indian education system and Canadian education system?
That's an awesome question.
Yeah.
And that's something, it's very important for many future aspirants to know. Within my first 10 days at Niagara College, I experienced it. And the experience is that focus of education delivery is a lot more on explaining you the fundamentals and operations than just explaining you the theory. So in a simple language, it's very applied learning and experiential learning. Learn by doing it. So I got very lucky to be in a program which has a great balance of experiential learning, theory, and practical. And as I came into this role and I learned about a lot more programs and I spent a lot of time in Niagara College, I learned more than 90% of our programs are based on that applied education. That means you are learning from professors who have worked in the industry, same industry for a really long time, either as they had businesses, or they have worked in the sector, or they have taught in that sector. So you learn from their experience. Then you get taught in the state-of-the-art labs, which have the most latest equipment. So you get to practically learn on that. And then you get to also learn from the industry engagement. One of the biggest things in my program and many programs we do at Niagara College is we bring the sector leaders to come interact with students. That helps students with the networking, learning the reality of what the life's going to look like after they graduate. So a lot of that, the experiential applied learning focus at Niagara College is the top priority. And now I get the pleasure to work very closely with our senior leadership on a daily basis whenever a conversation comes about a program development, about increasing the capacity in the certain programs. And it all goes back to one thing. How can we maximize student experience? If we launch this program, how this program is going to help our students land job in the future careers. So it's very inspiring to see our senior leadership focus there. And then it's also very amazing to see students going through those programs, learning those skills, and then applying in the real world.
Okay, so what are the most in-demand program Niagara College offer?
So we got very lucky. We offer more than 50 postgraduate work permit aligned program. And the success really came because Niagara College offered a little bit over 100 programs in all different space and areas. Our Welland campus is known for its nursing, its trades, its skill-based programs. And our Niagara campus has one of the best hospitality school, the culinary school, our the landscape technician program, the greenhouse technician program, our distilling, brewery, and tons of programs in that space. So 2 unique campus, and then completely unique program offering. And most of these programs are developed and built in a base with tons and tons of attraction with industry and the sectors and workforce. So we ensure that the education our students are getting, they become a world-ready graduate. You can graduate on a Friday and start working on Monday, and the only way you can do that is by enrolling in this program. Niagara College also built some of the amazing trailblazing program. Yep. I want to take back talking about culinary. We're next to Niagara Falls, and we have some of the amazing, we're a leading institution in whole Canada for our hospitality culinary program. One of the best teachers and some of the best programs we offer in that space. So it's very close to our heart, and many other programs. But even right now, we have a postgrad work permit line program called Culinary Innovation, right? And this is going to be an in-demand career in future. It already is, but it's very much in demand. And this is also based off, it has base of research in it. And Niagara College is #1 research college in Canada for past 2 years.
Wow.
Right? So it's learning about culinary and then learning about the innovation science behind this, the food and technology and everything around it.
Also, the most of the Indian parents and students, whenever they are, studied in Canada, so they are more concerned about the part-time job while they are studying. So what kind of opportunities are available for the student of Niagara College in terms of part-time job and co-op programs?
Yeah. And it's a duly right concern, right?
Yep.
Managing finances. This happened to myself, as I was learning to live independently. One other thing I learned as an adult, or very young adult, I was only 19 when I moved, right? So we don't learn a lot about managing finances when you hear our parents graciously do that job for us. But when you go overseas for very limited time, they can do it, but then you have to do it yourself. And then you're suddenly, I have this much money coming in and I have this much expenses. Maybe I need a part-time job. So the base of that is that. And yes, lots of our students work in Niagara region in retail sector and service sector for part-time job. Tons and tons of job opportunities in Niagara Falls, in St. Catharines, in City of Welland, and like in Niagara-on-the-Lake campus, right opposite our campus, we have Ontario's one of the biggest outlet mall, right? So lots of our students work in that space. There's a funny thing, like I'm always, I get happy to see it. There is no place in Niagara region you can go. There is no restaurant. There is no hotel. There is no, like you can go Walmart, you can go Canadian Tire, you anywhere where our students or graduates are not working.
Okay.
Right? So either they could be a very senior position when they graduate many years ago, they've been there for a really long time, or they just started as a part-time job opportunity. That's one of the things. The other thing which we really believes in is on-campus job opportunities.
Yes.
I will give tons and tons of credit to my success now to my on-campus job. I started my career first job ever in life as a student assistant for international, and I used to support the frontline activities. We still have the student assistant model at Niagara College, but there's tons and tons of on-campus job opportunities. I think we recently did some survey for something, and just I think in fall 2024 we had over 500 on-campus job opportunities for students.
Wow.
And this is one of the very important thing I believe. Even if a student have a off-campus job, if they have some hours they can dedicate, they should look for an on-campus job opportunity. The reason is the learning outcome and the skills you develop there are very different. One, because we are as employer, we are very concerned about students' well-being and their in terms of their education. So we make sure the commitment and they're able to manage their academics very well. But other thing, it really helps. It helps students getting involved. It helps getting students to meet other students from different parts of the world or different parts of Canada. It helps students to, communicate. So it builds tons and tons of soft skills. And these are the skills build a great foundation for any international student.
So what happened that when I traveled from India, so I have a very limited soft skills.
Yeah.
Maybe my personality is not, that much captivating that most of the Canadian student I found after a few years. So how they learn this soft skill while they are studying? Is there any resources available to them that they can learn their soft skill or any clubs or anything like that?
Yeah. I'll answer this one a bit philosophical way.
Yes.
And my philosophy in this space is, for a thing to thrive, it has to be in the right environment.
Yes.
Right? So this plant right here might not survive if it doesn't get the right sunlight and if it's the right environment.
Yes.
I think it happens to a lot of our students, especially when they grew up in India. We have, on one path, we have amazing security, amazing family. We grew up traditional way. So we have tons of support, which is amazing.
Yes.
But sometimes it can lack individuality and independency. But when that same student who have that in him, put in a right atmosphere, they grow and they thrive like nothing else. Year after years, I meet parents whose kids are studying in Niagara College. And one most common thing they all tell me, we can't even believe this is our child.
Okay.
Like he and she is like, they don't leave dishes on the bed. They take all their stuff. They leave it in the kitchen. They know how to do laundry. They're so smart about doing grocery. They're telling mom, no, don't buy this, buy that, because independence teaches them that. So I think the right environment helps. And if I can give any tips to a student, simple. Be curious, be open-minded, and don't judge yourself and don't make assessments which don't exist. Very common thing is a student might think themselves, I want to ask this question, but this might be a silly question. Should I ask it or not? Ask that question.
Okay.
No question is a silly question, because the person who's going to answer is never going to judge you based on that. So sometimes we are our own, more bigger critic than somebody else can be, which is good, but also sometimes can be bad. So in your early foundation days, do not hold yourself. Put yourself out there, enjoy meeting new people, enjoy telling them about your culture and learning about their culture, and you'll find so many similarities. But yeah, curiosity will bring the best out of you in so many ways that you won't even recognize yourself after a few months being in Canada.
So again, I'm curious to ask you the another questions. So sometimes what happened that people judge you on the basis of your language proficiency. Is it true?
Never.
Never.
I've never met a person who have made fun of me because I didn't speak good English. And you might be listening now and you're thinking, well, he speaks fine English. It looks like I still have a little bit accent,
Yeah.
right? But you might think, But when I just moved, I had a very strong accent. But I never had any experience where somebody is like, oh, well, you have a strong accent, I want to talk to you. But I have judged myself many times, and I've questioned myself many times, oh, I don't want to say this because my accent and he might think I'm weird. So again, goes back to the same thing. We sometimes become a very bad critic ourselves.
Yeah.
Canada is based and built from immigrants from all over the world. Canada itself has 2 spoken languages. We have French-speaking Canadians. We have English-speaking Canadians.
Okay.
And many French-speaking Canadians, when they would speak English, they would have accents out. They are born, brought up, grew up Canadians. Canadians are one of the reasons Canadians are considered one of the nicest people in the world, because Canadians welcome everybody.
Yeah.
They're not judging you from your background. They don't judge you from your color of your skin, the language you speak. All they want to know is that you are curious about them, they're curious about you, and they enjoy meeting people around the world. That takes back to that a country which is built on foundation immigrants, you have people from all over the world. You have people from not just top 5 countries, you have people from hundreds of countries,
Yes.
right? And they all speak, even though common language is English, but they'll sing it in their own way, right? So they might have an accent, it might go away a couple of years later, it might not. There is a possibility. But you will never be judged based on that. As long as you are speaking clearly and you can communicate what you want to communicate, you're all good.
Okay. So I heard that the campus life in Canadian college is something very different.
Yes.
So how's the campus life, particularly in Niagara College? How many clubs are there?
So it's an absolutely amazing experience to study. I consider myself very privileged. I get to study, and I got lucky there too that I got to study at one of the best colleges in Canada. I might be a little biased because I'm not biased because I work there. I'm biased because I'm Niagara College graduate.
Okay.
So that's the reason I'm biased. And where my bias come from, because I had an amazing experience. This is what I learned after a few years of graduating when I started working, and life got really busy right away.
Yeah.
And the rationale was really, when we say, your college days are the most important, it truly is. What I did in those 2 years built the foundation for me for next year. And for many students, it's the same. And anybody who is a graduate, who's following Kanan because, you've been part of Kanan for many years and you're watching this, this what I'm talking about, that those times are not coming back. So it's truly important to have a holistic college experience. And holistic college experience means not just you going to classes, then you're going home, then you go to a part-time job, come back repeating it. It's to experience everything. A college system, and you'll be surprised, there are hundreds and hundreds of people employed at college whose job is to make sure a student's need is taken care of at every level.
Okay.
Starting from before they even have stepped foot on the campus. Let's talk about pre-departure. Tons of our, faculty and staff would do virtual pre-departures, in-person pre-departures. Then we host orientation, and we make very engaging orientation. We take you to trips. We talk about college. We talk about things you need to, succeed in the next couple of years, your teaching learning plans. Throughout your classes, throughout your time, your semester, you'll have events, you'll have activities, you have volunteering opportunity. There'll be fairs on campus. Then the things you can do yourself. There's varsity sports you can play in. There's gym, there's cafeteria, there's social clubs. We have a very amazing division, our Niagara College Student Administrative Council, which is the governing body of our students. They advocate for our students, but they also create some of the amazing events and entertainment, create options for them. Part of that is thing called NC-SAC clubs, where a student can start their own club or join the existing clubs. So for example, you like playing chess, and then you say, okay, there's no chess club which exists, but I will start my own chess club.
Wow.
So I will go and I will go to NC-SAC, I will register a club, and they'll give me a little bit of funding to promote that or buy some equipment related to chess. And then other like-minded people will join that, and once a week or twice a week, we meet at the dedicated space on campus, and 20 of us on 10 boards, we play chess. We will chess against each other. We can do tournaments, and at the end of the semester, we'll do rankings. Okay. And NC-SAC will help you promote it. NC-SAC will help you run it. and she's helping teach you how to maintain and manage a club. So all this is part of your education, right?
Wow.
So you are not just getting education on academics, you're getting education at every level. And the biggest thing is to enjoy it. Enjoy while you're doing it. So the campus life can be the most entertaining and fun space that you will not even think that, oh, this is my college. You will really feel like home because you will spend so much time there. I used to spend so much time on campus because there's always so much things going on. Sometimes we used to have FOMO, like, should I do this event or should I do that event or should I go this session? And there's literally so much happening. And kudos and shout out to every team member who make these events possible. And then shout out to all the students who attend. And they love when students come and attend these things.
Okay, so if I love to play cricket,
Yeah.
so I can start my own cricket club.
Yeah.
And the marketing budget and the all kind of resources is provided by the college.
Yeah.
Wow.
Already taken care of.
Okay.
Niagara College officially has a varsity cricket team,
Okay.
right? So they are part of NC Knights. NC Knights are varsity sports. So we have a varsity sport in basketball,
Wow.
volleyball, soccer, golf, and cricket. And not only that, you're not just playing cricket, you're competing. Gujarat has produced some of the best cricket players, right? We know that. And cricket is a big sport in India, but especially in this part of India. And I won't be surprised, there are many students either who are wanted to study in overseas, who are already there, have played a high level cricket or a cricket on a, like just entertainment level. And if they want to continue that, that's what's most important. Never forget your foundation. So if you're a dancer, start a dance club or join a dance club. And if you're a cricketer or a basketball player or volleyball player, go for the tryouts. Play in this team. If you don't make it a team, that's fine. We have intramurals. You can play with other college students. There's always a way to do things. And yes, but we're very lucky to have a cricket team. Our students do very well. We are very competitive. Niagara College students, staff, faculty, everybody, we like to win. And we do it by actually, giving right resources to our students. And our teams are performing very well. So check them out. Check out Niagara College cricket team. You'll see it at Niagara College athletics page. You'll learn about our players. You'll learn about our team. And you can find all the details you need to know. And maybe you can do the next tryout and be part of our team.
Great. So this is the great opportunity to developing my leadership skill and my management skill also. And that too in a specific things that I love to do.
Yes.
If even I seen one of the videos where students are playing garbas.
Yeah. Well, we host a lot of events like this, or around Navratri we'll do something like that.
Yes.
We do Diwali party, we do Holi party. We did this very interesting one time. It's called a Holi run.
Okay.
Right. So we did it part of the orientation where students also did a run, and when the run ended, everybody played Holi. You can search on Niagara College. It's called the Holi run, the colorful run. And it was not just Indian students, it was students from everywhere. Philippines, Vietnam, Canada, Germany, everywhere. And they all played and they had colors. There's a very nice video about it. But yes, and this is a part of sharing the culture and learning the culture.
Yes.
And when we do these kind of events, we encourage our students, hey, you have friends from other part of the world, invite them, teach them about the culture. And then you suddenly see, somebody from Philippines or Korea trying to do Garba.
Yes.
And that's the most fun part about it. That's the beauty of Canada. So that really is what a experience will look like in living in a country which is so immigrant friendly.
Yeah. So I just, repeat the song. I really gonna miss my college days.
Yes, I do, yeah. And I'm lucky I'm still around that environment, so I don't miss it that much, but I'm pretty sure many students do.
Okay. So now we are talking about the part-time job and the full-time job because it's very important for any international student.
Absolutely.
So how the Niagara College help in getting this part-time job and full-time job?
Yeah. So my philosophy for this is job is the final outcome.
Yes.
The first outcome is actually being prepared to it. It's like very good book Peter Thiel wrote, right? 0 to 1.
Yes.
The idea is you start at 0. So when you start planning, you're at 0. 1 is when you start a business and then you go from there. So finding a job is 1. The 0 is actually first learning what the job market is and how you enter the job market and how you make yourself an individual who can enter job market. So you start with making a resume, making a cover letter, actually understanding that resume in Canada should be only 1 pager. Some interesting fact about actually Canadian resume, understand. You don't put your date of birth. You don't put your gender. You don't even have to put your real first name. You put the name which you like to be called. So if my name is Karan, but if I like to be called John, and that's my nickname, and that's what I grew up people saying, and I feel more comfortable when people call me that, that's what I will put on my resume, right? You don't have to put your home address, right? You don't have to put your any family details, right? You don't have to put your marks that, I achieved 90%. It's very simple. You put your education, you put any skills you have, you put any certification you have, any projects you work in, any past employment, that's it. One pager, right? And it's there so that people don't get judged. People can be judged for their, gender. It could be judged from their culture and things like that. So there's no judgment based on a resume. A resume is strictly to see, okay, he matched 80% of criteria of that job description I put out, or she matches, or they matches that, and then we're going to call them for an interview. So a equal opportunity for everybody.
Okay.
Cover letter is your intention that I want to apply for this particular job, right? So many students don't know that because system all around the world is very different. We have dedicated career services office on both our campus, not just one common, both our campus have it, 2 different dedicated team to focus on that. And what they do is they help students to write a resume, write a cover letter, then teach them how to apply the job, where to find the job, then teach them how to follow up if they haven't heard back for the interviewer, then to teach them how to prepare for the interview, how to dress up, what kind of questions, what are the common questions asked. And once they have done all that, it's a lot of preparation. And once they've done the preparation, that's when they enter the part-time job sector.
And student has to pay some money to get all these services, or it's a free of cost to work?
They have already paid it when they paid the fee.
Okay, so everything is included.
Everything is included. There might be the only exception would be if there's a very specialized event, like taking them to a trip to Montreal or very far. But any activity happening within the campus is already covered in your tuition and ancillary fee. So services like library, services like using peer tutoring, services like borrowing any equipment from library, career services, visa, immigration support, academic advising, borrowing books from library, any of that, using gym, using any sports facility, using any training facilities, all that is already covered is for the student at no cost.
Wow. So what is the final advice that you would like to give to the Indian parents as well as Indian students?
One of the things I will say, and I do want to reflect on our relationship with Kanan.
Yes.
And it is a very important one. We have been partnered for 10 years.
Yes.
2015, we started working together, and we are very lucky because it's lucky for us because we have received many, many, many great students from you guys. Actually, a couple of my good friends from Ahmedabad, from Surat, from Vadodara, who came from you guys, because we always discuss, this is a common thing. Oh, who helped you to come here? And it's a very common thing between students who do that. And I was very surprised that there's so many students, at least from, West India and this part of the world, and many part of India I see, and they all say, oh, I came from Kanan, I came from Kanan. So there's something you guys are doing very right.
Yeah.
So it has been in a very great relationship. For Indian parents, it's very important for you to help your kid find a career outcome. This is something is not very common in an education system. And if there's no base and there's no structure for that, come to one of these offices. I have a pleasure of working with your team for many, many years. And one of the amazing thing I've found is how talented and how knowledge equipped your counselors are at every level. They know so much about things happening in all the countries you work in, because you guys do very well in UK, US, Australia, pretty much everywhere.
Yes.
And Canada happens to be also one of those major countries. And your team knows so much. And plus, you guys having dedicated country teams is also very helpful.
Absolutely.
So your access and availability is amazing. And, these are some of the very amazing open offices you can come and learn even before you have made decision. I think information is very important, and your team does a very good job sharing the information and helping students make a well-informed decision. They can help the student to, start exploring their career outcomes. Based on their career outcomes, a right program can be found. Niagara College offers more than 50 postgrad work permit aligned programs. And I can guarantee you that 9 times out of 10, we will have a program for that student which is aligned to their career outcome.
Absolutely.
For the students, be curious, ask a lot of questions, and learn the whole process. And when I say learn the whole process, first learn about the country. Learn about different provinces. Learn about what is offered and what's so unique about that province. Canada is the second largest landmass in the world.
Yeah.
Everything changes in province. Actually, everything changes within the province, right? So, and at Niagara College, we really, really like students who are very well prepared for their future, because they are the best students who ended up doing very well, right? The students who show up and they continue to show up, they do very well. So this really helps students to having a right mindset, helps having the right guidance, helps. Collectively, it is a team effort. It takes a village to raise a kid, and we are the village. You guys, institution, everybody work at Niagara College, everybody, Kanan, their family, their friends, we all have this joint effort to make sure that student get to a place and be very successful. And we are very happy that, in future and for many, many students, Niagara College could be part of that.
Correct. So last but not the least, is there any scholarships available for the international students?
Absolutely. Yeah. So before I tell you about the scholarship, I do want to talk a little bit about Niagara College and where we are and what we do.
Yeah.
So Niagara College is Canada's leading public institution. We are based in the Niagara region, and we are only an hour 20 minutes away from Toronto, so very close. But we are also next to the world famous Niagara Falls. Yeah, we welcome 14 million tourists every year.
Wow.
Everywhere in the world will know Niagara Falls, and that's where we are. So we're very, very lucky for that. We have 2 amazing campuses, a campus in Welland and a campus in city of Niagara-on-the-Lake. And we offer tons and tons of amazing programs and experiential learning-based programs. And that's what our focus is, and that's what we are known for. But Niagara College is also known for its student service. Its student-centric approach. Niagara College is known to help students navigate the way throughout the education, but also when they graduate. We have an amazing alumni network of over 100,000 students, which our NC alumni teams regularly connect, and they even create events and opportunities after they have graduated. We could have been graduate 10 years ago. I graduated 10 years ago. I still get invites to the events which NC alumni are hosting. So that's what we do at Niagara College. Now, going back to your first question on scholarship.
Yeah.
Yes, we are launching a very amazing Trailblazer scholarship for students in India.
Okay.
Niagara College is known to be Trailblazer, and trailblazing means doing something different, doing something unique.
Okay.
And that's what we're trying to offer. We are offering a $1,500 scholarship to level 1, which is towards first semester, in a very smooth process. Student would apply. The $1,500 scholarship will be granted to you on your LOA. You will see that on your LOA, and you will see that in your final invoice. The only eligibility criteria is that you must remain committed to the program, to the application, and you must apply your visa application before June 10th.
Before June 10th.
Before June 10th, 2025.
Okay.
This will be launched very soon, so probably start next week. So they'll have tons of time to go through that process. And then if they file their application and don't have to get the decision, they file their application before June 10th and submit the proof of submission to us, the scholarship will be posted to their account after day 10 of starting the classes.
Great. Is there any other eligibility criteria? Yeah, that is required in IELTS or something like that, or
No,
just the basic eligibility criteria?
Yeah, those are the basic eligibility criteria. But Niagara College also gives millions and millions of dollars on scholarships every year, every semester. Okay. So when students arrive in Canada, they're eligible to apply for tons of other returning student scholarship or current student scholarship. Those can be based on their metrics, based on how much volunteering that they've done. They could based on some of the involvements they have done. So tons and tons based on programs, based on their scholarships at campus, but there's also outside scholarship which they're eligible to do as well. Check out our Niagara College scholarship page and learn about all the amazing scholarships we offer.
So thank you so much, sir, for spending your most valuable time. And if you have any question, any query, any suggestion, and after listening this podcast, if you are curious enough to ask a lot of questions, then put it on the comment section and we will definitely answer all of your questions. So thank you very much for spending your most valuable time, and all the very best for your bright and enlightened future. Thank you very much, and keep watching Kanan Visa Insights.